football game, game versus a really good football team. Drake May is a football player. Regardless of what coverage we put at it, the guys seem to make a lot of plays. Obviously Phil Jacob left at the end of the first half with an injury, and that hurt us. I thought Phil really played well in the first half, and made a lot of plays. Took that opening drive down the field for a touchdown, 8-minute drive. Gavin Bartholomew played well. I think Kenny Johnson, you saw what type of big plays he could make on a kickoff return. Block punt in the second half by Biles. That's his second of the year, true freshman from Columbus, Ohio. I mean, he's got a knack. He almost got another one to look like out there. But we had our opportunities. We had our opportunities in the second half. My observation from the sideline is our kids played hard, never quit. You got 3 turnovers in the second half. 3 turnovers in the second half with Drake May, quarterback. You're going to have problems. 2 interceptions, a fumble. The one that really hurt after that block punt, we got the ball to +20. Again, you're talking about a 17-point game. We had our opportunities in the second half. It didn't convert. Just a lot of things happened. Penalties, were lopsided today. Started with that strip sack that I thought was a sack, or a sack strip, and they get the ball. That was a big play for our defense that didn't pan out that way. Our punt team gave up 2 returns, and from the sideline, we can't put the ball in the middle of the field and let the guy, I don't know what they did with their gunners, we'll see it. But we put the ball in the middle of the field, and Junko's been great all year, put it, outside the hashes. But we put it in the middle of the field, and so we've got to clean that up this week. Give a punt return for a touchdown. We look at 17 points, and the opportunities, we had opportunities, again, against a really good football team. Again, the second half hurt us with 3 turnovers. So, questions?
Pat, is Phil in the protocol, or is the extent of that?
He's not in protocol.
Pat, what does it say about Phil, who, he's been through a lot in these last couple weeks? What does it say about him to come out here and play like he did in the first half today? I wish he'd have got 4 quarters. I wish he'd have got 4 quarters. He didn't turn it over at all in the first half. Made good decisions. We went away on their sideline the one time. But he didn't have time. Again, protection wasn't great, as you guys know. The 4th different offensive line in there, like 4 games. So we had 2 starters out this week, we're looking and see. But we gave up 2 sacks. They had 5. We got 5 sacks on them. So they would protect the quarterback. Not as well as we want to. They took some hits. Phil did a good job running it, and we thought we had one in the second half, a deep ball, but Christian didn't have a chance and got whacked too quickly on protection. That we had extra guys and got beat inside with chip protection. We get chip protection, and we'll chip in the end, and then you should never ever get beat inside because you got chip help outside, and protection wise we did best to protect our quarterbacks all day, knowing what we were lining up with as far as personnel goes. So.
Pat, Phil completed his first 7 throws, but it was for pretty short yardage. Was there kind of a concerted effort to get him some of that underneath stuff, to get his feet underneath him, or what was that kind of plan early on for him to kind of get established there?
Other completed passes, and it didn't matter what was called. We tried to get the ball where what we thought was open, and they want to call it easy passes. There's no easy passes out there. You can see the second half with some short throws that are tipped, and the ball's going around, and you're like, holding your breath. It's not another interception. So, it was just part of the game plan.
We tried some different things in the secondary to try to either confuse or just do different looks.
We did a lot of different stuff back there, but I've never seen so many passes caught on the sideline. I mean, it's great execution by them. But we got guys in coverage. The only big one we gave up was they kind of ran a spin route on us. Again, I was looking. Really what exactly happened. I think they lined up a trick bunch. We gave up a 52-yarder in the second half in the first series, I believe, which hurt. But Drake May's a good quarterback, guys. I don't know how many throws he missed, but we put pressure on him. He did beat us with his feet sometimes down inside the red zone where we had it covered, and all of a sudden he takes off running. It's like it's hard when they're blocking with 5, and
6 guys, and you got 4-man rush or whatever it is, 5-man rush, and he slips out and gains yards. So, and there's, there was some good coverage sacks, I can tell you that.
Pat, with more shuffling on the offensive line, do you feel like the protection was improved tonight from what you had last week and maybe the week before?
Yes and no in some plays, but we had our chances. We got to do a better job protecting. Again, I got faith in all those guys in there. Like I told them, it doesn't matter. I told them last week, during the week, you remember coming in here against Virginia Tech team with about 21 guys down. I didn't know. I told Heather, I don't know if we could play the game. And we had backups across the board. And I think our guys got excited about that too. It doesn't matter who's out there. We still had a chance to win with a makeshift offensive line. We had a chance, and we just didn't make enough plays in the second half and really gave it to them.
You guys had 11 penalties for 83 yards. I mean, what do you have to do to minimize those self mistakes?
We had a taunting penalty after a big hit by Donovan McMillan, and from my observation, there were some calls that were made that I didn't really care for. So I see it go both ways, and Pitt got called today, so yes, it's on us.
We are up against the deadline. I know that. We're gonna take 2 more. Chris, you got this one.
What do you guys have to do better against Drake Man with 4 or 5 touchdowns to start the game? Your offense did have a hot start. I know the key limits how much you can do. But when you look at what you guys were able to do in the first half, what do you have to do better?
Cover him better, get pressure. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, he's a really good player. I think when we give up 373 yards, that's clearly probably 100 yards underneath their average. But he made enough completions and made some plays. I mean, their one touchdown in the second half. The one touchdown in the second half, he carries it. I think Nate Temple's on him, and he throws a touchdown pass. The only problem is there's a tight end blocking about 12 yards down the field that should be called. He's blocking. It was a run, and but the penalties are on us and not on them. So I don't know what else to tell you. He's a good football player. I don't know what you give him a lot of credit. He's a really good football player.
You mentioned the last one.
You mentioned the punt returns they had, including the touchdown. Both of those came on punts that were at least 50 yards. Just in addition to leaving it maybe more in the middle of the field, was there any issues there maybe with hang time? Anything you saw in real time? That
I didn't get the hang time on it. I was kind of mad that I didn't get it. I was looking for it, and we were busy trying to fix something else and didn't get it. But the hang time looked good. I don't know if we outkicked our coverage, but our gunners got wired up. I know that, and it got blocked to the field, and he took it. So, from the field, the punt, more location as opposed to hang time. I don't think, but I don't have a stopwatch on me. I apologize.
Coach, thank you very much.
I'm gonna throw